If you like our video, click the button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides, visit us at www.teachucomp.com. To save a pixel selection in Photoshop as a channel so you can easily reuse it later, first make the selection to save. Then choose Select. Save Selection from the menu bar to open the Save Selection dialog box. To select the opened document into which to save the selection, select the desired document name choice from the document dropdown, or select the new choice from the dropdown to save it into a new document. Photoshop defaults to saving the selection within the current document. To save the selection into a new channel within the selected document, select the New Choice from the Channel dropdown. Then type a name for the new selection into the Name field. Then ensure you select the New Channel option button in the Operations section, and then click the OK button to finish and save the selection. You can repeat this process to save other selections as channels in the Photoshop document as needed. However, note that a Photoshop document only supports up to 56 total channels. 4 or 5 of these channels are usually taken by the color and composite channels in RGB and CMYK documents. Note that Save Selection channels in Photoshop are called alpha channels. Alpha channels determine color opacity or transparency. Also, adding channels increases the overall file size, so use them judiciously. To edit a saved selection channel in Photoshop by using another selection, first make another selection to use to either replace, add to, subtract from, or intersect with the existing saved selection channel to edit. Then choose Select, Save Selection from the menu bar to open the Save Selection dialog box again. This time, different options appear within the Save Selection dialog box, since you can now choose to force an interaction operation between the current selection and the saved selections. To use the current selection to replace, add to, subtract from, or intersect with an existing saved selection channel in the image in Photoshop, select the name of the saved selection to edit from the channel dropdown. Then choose the following operation to perform between the current selection and the existing saved selection from the operation section. To replace the existing selection channel with the current selection, select the Replace Channel option button. Alternatively, to add the current selection to the saved selection, select the Add to Channel option button. Alternatively, to remove the current selection from the saved selection, select the Subtract from Channel option button. Alternatively, to save the intersection of the current channel and the saved channel, select the Intersect with Channel option button. When finished, then click the OK button to apply the change to the saved channel. To load a saved selection in Photoshop, open the document into which you saved the selection. If needed, then open the destination file into which to load the saved selection. You can load a saved selection in Photoshop into any opened file that shares the same dimensions and pixel resolution as the file into which you saved the selection if needed. Also, if needed, load or create a selection in the destination document with which to force a selection operation between the active selection and the selection to load. To then load the selection in Photoshop, choose Select, Load Selection from the menu bar in the document into which to load the saved selection to open the Load Selection dialog box. If needed, use the Document dropdown to select from which document to load the saved selection. Then use the Selection dropdown to choose the name of the saved selection channel to load from the document. If needed, to invert the selection, check the Invert checkbox. To select the operation to apply when loading the saved selection, choose the desired option button in the Operations section. To load the selection as a new selection, choose the New Selection option button. Selecting this option replaces any active selection in the current document with the loaded selection. Alternatively, to load the saved selection and add it to any active selection in the current file, select the Add to Selection option button. Alternatively, to load the saved selection and subtract it from any active selection in the current file, select the Subtract from Selection option button. Alternatively, to select the intersection of the saved selection and any active selection in the current file, select the Intersect with Selection option button. To load the selection after setting your loading options, click the OK button. Before you submit or upload a Photoshop document to a printer or other production place, you may need to delete the alpha channels from the file. Also, deleting unused alpha channels helps reduce the overall file size in Photoshop. To delete a saved selection's alpha channel in Photoshop, display the Channels panel by selecting Window, Channels from the menu bar if needed. Then find the selection alpha channel to delete within the list of channels in the Channels panel. Its channel name should match the name of the saved selection. To immediately delete the channel without a confirmation warning prompt, click and drag the channel by its name or thumbnail icon and drop it onto the Delete Current Channel button, which looks like a trash can icon, at the bottom of the Channels panel. Alternatively, to delete the channel and show a deletion confirmation prompt, click the name of the channel in the Channels panel to select it. Then click the Delete Current Channel button, which looks like a trash can icon, at the bottom of the Channels panel. Then click Yes in the deletion confirmation prompt that appears to delete it, or click the No button to cancel its deletion. After deleting an alpha channel in the Channels panel, Photoshop should automatically select the Composite channel again to let you edit the image file. However, if needed, to select and restore the visibility of the composite color channel in the image after selecting an alpha channel to delete and then changing your mind, click the composite color channel's name, usually RGB or CMYK, at the top of the Channels panel to select it and its associated color channels. Doing this should also restore their visibility by showing the eye icon in their Indicates Channel Visibility box to the left of their names. This should also deselect the alpha channel so you can continue editing the composite channel as normal by using the editing tools in Photoshop. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. See our full suite of courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides at www.teachucomp.com.